Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is on how would you act if the Purge franchise was real. So you know what that is. It's on, it's what the first movie is with Ethan Hawke. It's basically the movie is about they have a society where you can do whatever you want for one day. I'm not sure what month it is, but yeah, you can do whatever you want for one day with no consequences. So it's kind of a dystopian film. I think there's about 5 in this series. Now they've made all these, it's like turned into a franchise. I think there's even a TV show about it, but it's basically, you probably know about it. It's basically, you can do whatever you want for one day, you can unalive people, you can vandalize, you can do all sorts of things, right? Just the whole idea being that you're purging your emotions, and this is good for society. But it's really an interesting psychological concept. So the question is, so what would you do if there's a purge evening and this actually existed? You're just say this is in like an alternative timeline or something, and you're there, you're in the purge. How are you going to deal with it? So that's what we're dealing with in this reading. Quite fascinating. So pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. We've got pile number 1, the elastic band pile number 2, two black stone pile, and pile number 3, the 2 green tomato pile. So let's get started. I'm really interested in what's going to come up with this, right? And you don't have to tell anybody whatever you get if you don't want to. It's like, I really don't know what's going to come up with this, but I am quite curious. I'm probably as curious as you are about this. What's going to come? Okay, the 7 of Wands. So that's getting a sense of you're just trying to survive. 7 of Wands is just, things are difficult. Let me move the camera back a little bit there. You're just trying to survive. But see, what else will you do? What else will you do? Maybe that's not all you're going to do. Okay, Knight of Wands. Oh. Well, interesting. So you're just trying to survive. So is that you? So that's kind of, seems like something is attacking you. Someone's attacking you, or are you attacking somebody? Let's see, what else do we have? I'm hearing that maybe if you're in the purge, you might be the person who has a lot of targets on your back. Interesting. From like 1 or 2 people who are really who want to, get you. I'm realizing I want to keep this YouTube friendly. The Sun. So I'm hearing too, though, that you may actually have secret plans too. Like you're the type that may have secret plans. Or Sun, you might be protective. Okay, what I'm hearing is you may be somebody who has 1 or 2 targets on your back, because you're just trying to survive the night with a 7 of Wands, and then the Knight of Wands, which is sort of an energy of fire and anger and movement, so touring towards you. So it could be that somebody I'm hearing there might be 1 or 2 people that really you really PO'd in this reality, this purge reality, this alternative purge reality, maybe in this reality, whatever you want to call it. You really pissed off 1 or 2 people that are really angry and they want to get you. But maybe you're protecting with the Sun. You see there's a little child there. It's like you're protecting people, and then I'm being drawn to the flag. It's like you're trying to present a confident front because you don't want to seem weak, and because there's because there's like I say, there's 1 or 2 or even 5 people you've PO'd in some way, you pissed off, and that you look like an attractive target for these people. So it's sort of like you kind of really put on a confident energy in order to deter them. And weapons, I'm hearing you'd have some weapons. And a King of Wands, Knight of Wands and King of Wands. So it's sort of like you're trying to create a sense of power and control in this reality, which kind of makes sense. I mean, it's probably something I would do too, right? Because you don't want to appear. So yeah, I'm hearing you have maybe 3 or 4 guns, maybe some weapons. You've almost become pragmatically good at using weapons in order to protect yourself. And yeah, you protect some people too. Some like maybe elderly people or children who cannot protect themselves. So maybe you have a cluster of those. And it may not even be your own children. It may be some other, like just a cluster of them. Maybe even homeless people. It's like you kind of find maybe a cluster of 7 or 8 people who won't survive the night and then defend them. Let's see what else. And then the devil, yeah. It's like you're kind of just like what, like, you know, the devil is sort of like you're sort of, and I don't want to show the imagery because of YouTube, but it's sort of like you're kind of, you feel almost obligated. Like it's like there's a part of you that thinks, oh, I could just hole up by myself and with my 3 or 4 weapons and class. Like what did they say? Like no weapons of class 5 or higher or something. I can't remember. So you can't have nuclear bombs or anything. But it's sort of like you feel bound and responsible to. So you just kind of. I mean, first in the survival, it probably would, the best idea would be to probably to survive the purge would be to hole up with, you know, one person, right? Like maybe even just for yourself and a couple of weapons in your home. That would be the best thing to do, because what happens if and you're very suspicious because I think you know this. It's probably you have to fear people in the purge that you know, that just as much as you don't. Like, how do you know if somebody doesn't have a secret grudge against you, right? Like, you have a purge party with a couple of people. How do you know a person doesn't have a grudge against you, right? And then they take this opportunity. You don't know. Like it's almost like in the purge universe, being intuitive is very, very important. So yeah, so it's sort of like you could just hole up with yourself and a weapon, which would probably be the wisest survival move. But you take care of like 6 or 7 people who can't defend. You may even teach them how to use weapons so you can all defend yourself. But yeah, you take care of the people who can't really take care of themselves. Even though you kind of, there's a part of you that doesn't really want to do it, but you just kind of feel obligated to, so you do, like, if that makes sense. And study, yeah, I get that you study, you study weapons, you study strategy, and it almost becomes a scholarly pursuit for you, fortune, and you defend your fortune, because it feels like there's people that think, whether you have money or not, they kind of feel that you do, and they really want to get, like, there's like 1 or 2 people. It's not that you're kind of well, it's not that you're not well liked, because you are, but it's like there's like 1 or 2 people who really want to cause you sorrow and grief, and these people are really, and you may have this reality, they really want to, and they're almost really fixated on you. And so in this purge reality, these people would be really focused on getting you. This could be men. I'm getting they may be 1 woman, 2 men, 1 woman. But yeah, you're just like, you learn how to hide yourself too. You may even, yeah, you may learn surprise. Like you have a couple of surprises, not just guns, but it's almost like you think of strategy, and you may be an INTJ personality. You may, like, it's almost like you have like these strategies, like trap doors or something. Like you go above and beyond in strategy. In doing this, and pleasure seekers, and 3, didn't I say, yeah, 3 people going after you. So, and we've got 3 pleasure seekers and 3, I got 2 men and 1 woman, but it's sort of like there's 3 people that are really fixated on you, and it's like you're largely well liked. It's not like you make enemies, right? You're not somebody who makes enemies, but these people are really focused, like almost stalker people, and they really want to get you in this reality. So it's sort of like in this reality you may have people like that. So switch over to the purge reality, you would have that as well, and they're after you, and they want you, and they want to get you in some way. So you may even go, I'm hearing you may go into hiding as well too, because find a way to hide so they can't find you, right? And then also like it's really a game of strategy for you, which is good, right? And then but then you also defend other people. So this makes you a little bit more unsafe, but it's you protect these people and you get good karma for it, I hear. Anyway, that's part number one. Let's go to part number two. What would you do during the purge? So I've got black and black here. I'm curious. This is very interesting to me. So the 5 of Wands, so conflict, which makes sense, right? I mean, it would be really scary, right? If people could do whatever they want for a night, what was it again? Yeah, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I believe that's what it is, right? A lot of conflict, but what else? Why the black stone? 2 of Pentacles, trying to balance everything. That makes sense. Ace of Swords and 8 of Pentacles. So what I'm getting is you vacillate between trying to deal with all the conflict and thinking, and we've got 2 here, we've got 2 stones here, 2 stones. It's sort of like you vacillate between 2 mindsets, right? They're needing to protect yourself from the conflict, right? Absolutely into conflict. But then you feel like you may try and work on a plan to purge, but it's like it's not like the in the purging franchises where they like they just randomly, you don't randomly purge. You're not that kind of a person, but it's like you work on a project to purge 1 or 2 very specific evil people. So which kind of makes sense, and I don't hold you that against you. I probably, this actually feels like maybe it's my pile. But it's like you purge, you purge, so it's almost like these people, they don't see it coming. Because this is like it's like they're in this reality and they would never suspect that you would purge. That's the thing. But it's okay, what I'm hearing, it's not a purge. It's not a purge in the sense, in the purge franchise, there's people that just go out and they randomly do bad stuff to people and property. It's not. It's a very specific kind of purge. You could purge very bad people who do very bad things, as I'm hearing. And you have like a couple of targets, and you may be studying and keeping this information close to you. You're not somebody, it's like, okay, you find like ways, you study these people during the year that are very bad, and you figure out a plan, and it's kind of, you're torn between keeping yourself safe and balancing your own, like the own, 2 of Pentacles and 5 of Wands, and finding these very bad, but I'm hearing these are very bad people. So it's not like you're not like this random crazy and high priestess, and you use your intuition, and you keep this close to your chest. So you're quite surreptitious, right? And then you find these are very bad people that do bad things. Dream. Let's see. Dream. Bad dreams about that destroy. You dream. Yeah, people that. Okay, I'm hearing you. You purge people that you've been dreaming or destroying. Or other people who are dreaming about destroying them. So these might be people that are really, really bad that society could do without. So it's sort of like you use this night and you have anxiety about it, but I'm hearing that you may even get together with a group of people, a secret. Okay, I'm hearing it with the High Priestess. So you have plans for the purge, but they're positive plans. They're for people that are really bad, right? Like it's like you get together. I'm hearing the word a coalition, a special coalition of secret purgers who go after very bad people, and you kind of follow these bad people during the year, figure out information, and then you gather information, and you have specific purge targets that you agree. It's like a secret coalition, and then you get these people But it's like you agree that the purge, you don't think the purge is a good thing. You think it's actually quite, you may even be, I'm hearing you might even be an anti-purger as well. It's like you're split. It's interesting. You're an anti-purger, but you also like to use the purge to go after like people who do bad things to you may I'm hearing you may even interesting. It's like you form an organization in this purge world, and you go out on purge night, and this causes you a lot of anxiety. Actually, it could, but you go after bad people who actually very bad purgers. So you go after like because people who actually go and purge are probably the most sociopathic. So you go after and you use it as an opportunity to like get the really bad people. So almost like it's like a big organization where you go out and you only go after very bad people, or people who are very bad and doing very bad things when they are purging. So you go after, and it's like, and you almost have, it's a secret organization. You have your own tenants, right? You know how an organization has a tenant, and then you go after these people, and you shall we say, what's the word? They're gone. They're gone. Okay, this YouTube friendly, but it's sort of like it's a good thing, because you're trying to, the organization is trying to make the world a better place. So you go for the bad purgers who are actually out, or you target the people who have done bad things. So you go after bad purgers who are very bad, who show their sociopathy that way, and then you go after people who've done very bad things during the year, like the R word to people. They've done things like that. They've done the MO word. They've done that kind of thing. But you have to like determine. It's like the coalition. You have a group, and you're like, okay, we have to determine, is this person actually bad? So it's like it's a two-pronged group, right? They go after they almost protect people by going after the really bad purgers, but then they also use the time to find the people who have locked themselves in their homes, who are bad, and you go and you get those. So you get the overt violent purgers and the secretive ones who have done bad things during society. But you're quite anxious about this, but you do it anyways. What I'm hearing, yeah, you have a lot of with the moon, and it's kind of secretive. Like people kind of know about this organization, but I mean, here you do it anyway, but it's quite fearful for you. It's quite it's a quite a scary. It's no laughing matter. It's quite, and I'm hearing you have special armor for it. You and your group, you have special armor for it. And it's almost like you prevent people. Okay, this is what I'm hearing too. You go out, you have a special like purge group, and you prevent people like homeless people or people who haven't done anything wrong, that from becoming victims of the purge. So you really suit up, and you learn tactical weapons training, and you protect the homeless, or the people like the low income people who can't really afford to have you're a purge protector of the people who are defenseless, like the poor people, like the homeless, the derelicts, you know what I mean, those people on the street that are basically defenseless, and you protect them. And that's one of your tenets too. Your tenets is to go after go after the bad people, the overt bad people, the people that are in their home who have done bad things, the people doing bad things during the purges, and the people who use the purge to go after good people that are defenseless. You defend against them. Those are like the tenets. It's like a special organization. And I think they also, this organization wants to end the purge. They want to end the purge, but they'll use the purge for good while also wanting to end it. So it's sort of a very, it's like I say, it's very polarized. And you're almost polarized about this too. Like, it's like there's two stones here, like 1, 2. It's like this polarity, right? You basically, you're conflicted about it because you want the purge gone, but the organization, and there may be fighting amongst this organization too. Like, you want to end the purge, but you also use it. So it's sort of like there's polarity within the organization and polarity within yourself about it, if that makes any sense. Interesting. Pile number 2. Now let's pile number 3. And I hear I'm hearing Robin Hood. So you use one of the things you may do for pile number 3 is you may use, oh, interesting, yeah, you may use the purge to steal from the rich to give to the poor and sort of attack the structures of society. 4 of Wands, we've got like the structures of society. Let's see what else, because we've got tomatoes. So I got, yeah, like you use it to get food for people who are not able to, or maybe, let's see what else. But we've got food here, some green tomatoes. Let's see, the Page of Swords. Interesting. I'm hearing you're kind of conflicted about the purge, which kind of makes sense. Straight. Yeah, you're conflicted. You don't know what to do with it. But it's sort of like, I'm hearing you kind of alternate by staying home and having a good meal, going out to get food for people who need it, or even yourself. I'm hearing you may, like, food seems to be a big theme, but let's see, or Robin Hood, getting food, you may use it to attack the rich power structures, right? You've got the 4 of Wands, Page of Swords, and the Strength. You may also use it like a Robin Hood type purger who uses it to, and then we've got the Emperor, yeah, attacking the structures. The Emperor is sort of like the structure of society. So it's sort of like you want the purge to end, which is the world, right? You want it to end, but you also utilize it for and I'm hearing you at first. So basically, I'm hearing you in the purge. At first, you stayed home, and then by after the 3rd purge, you kind of got like used to it, and you decided to no longer conform. Or I said before, you're attacking the society structure, so that would go against conform, or that would kind of the word boredom. So you stayed at home. I'm bored. I'm hearing, yeah, like I said, you stayed at home for the first 3 or even 4 purges, but you were terrified at first, because I think anyone would. But then you kind of got used to it, and then you decided to go out, and like you grew throughout the purges, and you decided to go out and get you decided to what do you call it, like get food during the purges and yeah, resist. It's like there's all this stuff going inside, and you had this change. You may have like seen some really bad things, so you decide to go, okay, what I'm hearing is what you do is you go after like the people in another. I'm hearing a message too, is you go against, and I know they said you can't in the purge, said you can't unalive people of class 10 or higher. You can't do that, right? But I'm hearing that you go after people that are in power structures in society who are not good. Like you kind of go after people like that, right? You go after the people who are sort of bad in society, and they basically they are part of the sick power structure. So it sort of feels like a Robin Hood type thing, because I think that the whole issues of class was really exemplified well in the purge, right? Because you had the rich people purging. Okay, I'm hearing something too. You may find a way into, like, you know how the rich people have purge parties. You may have to find a way. Like, I'm hearing that at first you were afraid, and then by the set your fear kind of went away, and you got more angry by the third purge, and then you started. It's like you almost went through this character growth where you're no longer afraid. And then you basically, fear goes to anger. It's like this character growth within the Purge universe, and you decide to go after, like, you know, the rich people that do purge parties, and you find a way. It makes you so angry that when you figure out what they do and how they purge. So you find a way, like it's really a kind of like a way. You get into their home, you find a way to do that, and then to get at these purges, because I'm hearing, so okay, something happens to make you very angry, like somebody you love gets, yeah, sorrow. I'm hearing that something happens, sorrow turns your fear to anger, and like something happens to somebody that you love in the purge, this purge universe, and basically you're really angry at these vile pleasure seekers who do what they do. Like the rich ones in particular, like one of them like a rich family does I don't know if one of the movies are like, there's 5 different movies, but like one of the merchant. So like the rich, you're very angry at the injustice in the purge, right? So you're giving me Robin Hood vibes. So it's like you switch, something happens, and you switch towards getting the really rich people, and it's sort of like, it's like you're trying to throw tomatoes at the system, and you go and you get somebody who basically your life trajectory is changed, and you become almost a different person throughout the purge. You become like the various, like they have it every year, forget what month it is, right? But then, yeah, something happens, you get really angry, and as the cycle of the purges happen, you change, and you go into these homes, because because the utter unfairness of the purging, like something happens to somebody, like a rich group who brings purgers into their people into their home to purge for their own private purge parties happen, and somebody that you have great affection for, and then they get like snatched, right? And then you're like, no, you're like power play. You're not gonna allow these rich people to get away. So you either go into if you eventually, I'm hearing you get really ballsy. Eventually, you start out by attacking their homes from the outside, right? By doing stuff to these rich purgers, right? That cowardly purge in their own home. You do something, but then you escalate. It's like this escalation is the cycles of purge. It's like, and then each purge you get more powerful, and then you basically go in and with a group of like Robin Hood people, and you go and you teach these vile purgers that purge in their own home and take innocent people off the street. You teach them a lesson, as what I'm hearing. Yeah, you do that. Because of your anger about what happened to your loved one during the purge, and you're like, you enjoy, because there are these people, they party. I forget what movie in the franchise it is, but they have personal purges in their homes, and then they like they basically, where they feel that they're safe. King of Cups, like they create their little purge worlds where they feel that they're safe, and you essentially, you basically get revenge on these people. And I'm here that you after about the 20th purge or something, you basically become almost. It becomes old hat, and you become almost a warrior, a Robin Hood warrior, who feels quite confident and even haughty, even confident against Robin Hood, and it's just sort of like, it actually gets exhausting after a while. I'm hearing it gets exhausting. It's like you go through this character arc, and then eventually the purge ends, right? But it's just like you you may even money. You take not only your food, but the rich people that do the bad things. Like you have a real vendetta against these with service. These rich people who expect, like, who use, the poor people for their own sick, entertainment. And then you basically, and you start stealing their money. You start messing up their whole, freaking the hell out of them, taking their money. And that's what you do. You take their money, and you basically you become, and it's almost like you and your group become almost a legend. A legend. You do. You become a legend. Boast. Like people boast about you because you go against you. They boast about you because you go against people that everyone dislikes. So you're a master. You're a master Robin Hood positive purger. As negative as the purge is, you're a Robin Hood master positive purger, and you're liked by people because people don't really like the purge, but when people do things to balance out the purge, they really like that. They really like that. All right, so that's all we've got. Really quite interesting, the Purge franchise. It makes me wonder, is there a parallel universe where the purge actually exists? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you make it this far. Is there a purge, an alternative universe where the purge exists? Interesting. Anyway, have a terrific day. Bye-bye.